everyone. Welcome to the Sundance Daily Warm-Up with The Hollywood Reporter. I'm Stacy Wilson.
And I'm Matt Belloni.
Stay tuned. We have actually two very special guests coming up. Senior style writer for The Hollywood Reporter, Merle Ginsberg, will be here. She'll be talking about all the hot fashion news at the festival. And after her will be Aubrey Plaza, star of Life After Beth. And we, of course, know her from Parks and Rec. But first, let's get to the news. Matt, what is everyone talking about?
I think people are talking about the SAG Awards and how that's going to impact the Oscar race. And really the table is set. I think in the acting categories right now, Matthew McConaughey and Jared Leto from Dallas Buyers Club really look sort of unbeatable. And then on the actress side, it's really looking like Cate Blanchett is going to win for Blue Jasmine. She picked up the SAG Award. She also picked up the Golden Globe. And then in the supporting category, Lupita Nyong'o from 12 Years a Slave won the SAG Award. And I think that's a big shift from Jennifer Lawrence, who won the Golden Globe. I think that's really setting up a challenge there. Jennifer Lawrence won last year, so she's very young, early 20s. I think for her to win 2 Oscars before her 24th birthday or something like that, that would be very, very unusual. So I think right now it's probably leaning towards Lupita for that
Which is
supporting actress.
With American Hustle having won the Ensemble Award for film, it's looking like that's more of a Best Picture lock, which is amazing considering that 12 Years won the Globe.
Yeah, I think Best Picture is really the one wide open category right now. American Hustle coming on strong. I think 12 Years a Slave still has a really good shot of winning Best Picture. Gravity is in the mix, a couple of others. So I think Best Picture will still provide some drama at the Oscars.
And now we're on to Matt's favorite part of the show. It's the daily quiz, The Imposter. And I must say your performance last 2 installments have been remarkable.
Come on, let's go. 3 for 3.
All right. So the theme of today's titles, and if you recall, there are 4 Sundance titles. 3 are real, 1 is fake. So it's Matt's job as our executive editor to spot the imposter. A, Snowblind. B, Infinitely Polar Bear. C, Happy Christmas. Or D, Dead Snow, Red versus Dead.
Well, Infinitely Polar Bear, I read the Hollywood Reporter review, so I'm pretty sure that's a real movie. Dead Snow, I believe, is a sequel, so I'm going to say that's real. Happy Christmas sounds like the kind of movie that would be a Sundance movie. It's probably like a relationship dramedy. So I'm going to go with the first one.
Snowblind?
Snowblind.
Once again, impossible this time.
Thank you.
I was so excited to give you my fake synopsis for Snowblind.
Oh,
you want
give
to
it
hear
to me now.
Sam Rockwell plays a ski instructor who's recently lost his vision, and the kids come over from Africa and he teaches them all how to ski.
Okay.
No?
That's not quite weird enough for a Sam Rockwell movie, but yes.
Damn it. All right. Please welcome senior style writer Merle Ginsberg from The Hollywood Reporter, who's here to give us the lowdown on fashion at the Sundance Film Festival. Welcome, Merle.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. But Sundance Fashion is all about the fashion of no fashion. Like grunge is what it's all about.
Like effortless grunge.
Clearly, right here.
There's a lot of grunge elements like plaid. It's not feminine. It's rough. That makeup and hair are very undone. When Keira Knightley looks like she fell out of bed, you know it's the fashion.
But she still looks hot. That's the best part.
Because the natural look is the hardest look in the world to do. And we've noticed women coming in here with like consciously messy hair, and the messy hair has been made messy by hairdressers.
A team of scientists have worked on each of those heads to make it look messy.
They didn't just stay in Hollywood. They came along for the ride.
Right.
Speaking of hair, let's talk about hats, because you see hats everywhere here, and it's one of the big fashion statements.
In the past, we've seen a lot of those big fur hats. Kate Hudson had a fabulous
very Siberian look yesterday.
Yeah, with red lipstick. It was so cute. Once you put the hat on, particularly if you're a female, you can't take it off because you have hat head. So that's a lot of the reason you see the hats.
What about men's fashion at the festival? What can men do to kind of spice it up?
The big boot, the big oversized clunky, the clunkier the better. Giant sweaters, very casual jeans that look like they don't care, and scruff. It's all about the scruff.
Right, mountain man.
Mountain man, yes.
But we have seen actually a few very well-dressed individuals. Britt Marlene, star of I Origins, came into our lounge, and she had a beautiful designer outfit on. Tell me about what she was
Christopher
wearing.
Kane is about the hottest designer on the planet right now. He's Scottish-British. He did Versace for a while. He has his own line. I love that she wore this kind of cream-colored sweatshirt with sequin, like floral design on it, and this big kind of cowgirl skirt that was cream-colored with incredible beads and paillettes. I mean, this was like a $5,000 outfit. And the coolest outfit I've ever seen at Sundance.
Another very, very important topic. How do you wear a big parka and not look like you're fat?
Well, I'm not sure you do, actually. But the thing about the parkas is that they're getting thinner. Like Canada Goose has very, very thin parkas. A lot of the parkas are sculpted with waist. For guys, the parka has to end here, so you can see like how like flat their butt is and the tight pants.
Okay.
So that's how you do it.
Thank you very much.
Fun to be here.
With us today is our special guest, Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey is
Really
here.
glad to be here.
Well, thank you. We're very glad to have you.
Thanks.
Aubrey is here promoting the film Life After Beth, which is a very interesting take on a horror comedy love story. Is that a good description?
No, I don't think so. I wouldn't call it a horror movie. It's surprisingly more of a drama than I think people are expecting. It's very funny, so I would call it a comedy as well. And it has a supernatural zombie element, but it's more of an afterthought, weirdly enough. It's like more about relationships and family drama comedy with a zombie surprise.
I must say that the picture of you in the press materials is pretty terrifying.
Thank you. Thanks. I told them to pick the ugliest, most terrifying picture and only release that one.
Mission accomplished.
That's my thing.
Aubrey, you've had an amazing career in the last few years, from Parks and Rec to indie films. The To-Do List was a big hit last summer. I'm wondering when you first knew that you could make people laugh.
There was definitely a moment where I auditioned for a community theater production of Cinderella when I was maybe 12, and I really thought I was like gonna get the role of Cinderella, and then I got called and they told me I was the ugly stepsister, and I was really like bummed about it. But then when I went on stage and I did my thing and people were laughing, I was like, oh, this is actually kind
So
of
much better than being the pretty princess.
awesome. That's what I tell myself every morning. Yeah.
Every comic has a horror story, like that one time on stage. Do you have that?
I mean, the most horrifying moment on stage for me was, which ended up not being so horrible, but the second time I ever did stand-up, I followed Adam Sandler, and I wasn't supposed to even go on that night, and Judd Apatow was basically like, surprise, you're gonna go on after Adam.
Was this for funny people?
It was in preparation for funny people.
And last question, obviously Parks and Rec been a huge hit, just hit its 100th episode milestone. Yeah. And Amy finally won her first Globe last weekend. It's very exciting.
I know. Well deserved, finally.
Finally. And Mike Schur, the creator of the show, has kind of ruminated on how he'd like the show to end. And I personally would love to see a spin-off of your character and Chris Pratt's character. And I'm wondering, what sort of world do you imagine you inhabiting if that were to happen?
If I were to pitch ideas to them, I would say give them as many kids as possible. Like just have her just get pregnant like over and over again and have them have just like a ridiculously large family. Because I think seeing April and Andy have like 10 kids would be the most amazing show ever. I would watch that.
I think a lot of people would watch that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for being here. We wish you luck with the film.
Thank you. But I don't know.
A lot is writing on this. The success of
How wide is the? No, I want you to go wide. I want. Just remind people that was me. Go immediately to THR.com for more coverage of the Sundance Film Festival. And I did that.